everyone, this is Laura. This is going to be our sequence to work on back bending. So we're going to start out down on the back. So rolling down, we'll just warm up the spine to start out with. So let's take the knees into the chest. Gently rock from side to side. And then let's circle the knees in one direction. Then we'll go around in the opposite direction. And then one more time. Knees into the centers, gently rock from side to side. Making sure that we warm up the back muscles before we go into our back bending. Okay, so our first back bend, we're going to come into a bridge pose. So setting the feet up before we come into bridge is really important to protect the knees. We want to start out with some space in between the bottom of the hips and the heels, and you want the feet hip distance apart. The ankle is right underneath the knee. We'll press into the hands and press into the feet. On your exhale, roll the hips back. Try to bring the top of the pelvis and the bottom of the rib cage together until you feel the lower back is flat, like you couldn't slide your fingers underneath. Then with an inhale, scoop the tailbone up toward the ceiling, lifting the hips up as high as you can. Now keep all the muscles in the thighs active, especially those inner thighs, so that the knees are protected. On our exhale, we're going to start from the top of the spine, one bone at a time, rolling down until the hips settle down onto the mat. Now once again, roll the hips back, lower back flattens. Inhale, reach from the tailbone, roll all the way up the spine until it's just the shoulder blades and the head that are resting onto the mat. And making sure that the head is right in the middle. You never want to turn your head from side to side when you're in a bridge. It'll put too much stress on the neck. Exhale, starting from the top, roll down the spine, getting that nice articulation in the vertebrae. Lifting up, starting with the tailbone, rolling all the way up to the shoulder blades. Exhale, releasing down. Let's do one more time like that. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, rolling down. Now we're going to add the arms in here. So inhale, lift from the tailbone, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Arms reach up toward the ceiling. Exhale as the spine rolls down. Arms sweep down toward the floor. Inhale, lifting the tailbone, rolling up. Exhale, release down. Letting the hips be the last thing to settle onto the mat. Let's do one more breath like that. Inhale to roll up. Exhale to roll down. Knees come into the chest. Gently rock from side to side, nice loose back. If you'd like, you can take that a little bit farther. Extend the legs up. Reach up through the heels. Keep the back of the legs long, and then sway the legs from side to side. While we're here, keep the upper body flat. Keep the shoulders grounded. Press the palms down into the mat for a little extra stability. Now back into the middle, bend the knees, drop soles of the feet down onto the mat. We're going to work on a back bend for the upper back, because bridge we started with the lower back. What we're going to do is ground the elbows down into the mat. On your inhale, lift up through the chest and move back on the head a little bit. What we're trying to do is lift the upper back up off the mat. So just the elbows and the back of the head resting onto the mat. Nice deep breath, working on warming up the spine. Exhale, release down, pull the knees in. This time let's lift the head up. Try to touch the forehead and the knees. Starting out using the arms to pull the legs in. And then we'll open the knees slightly, reach the arms out to the sides. Exhaling, draw the legs in. Releasing down. Now let's roll over to the side. Make our way up through sitting. We're going to come over into table. Starting with our classic move for spinal movement, our cat and cow stretch. On your exhale, round up into cat. Pull that belly button to the spine. Inhale. Here's our back bend. This is cow. We're dropping the belly down to the floor. Tailbone flips up. Chest lifts up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Trying to focus on the movement in the hips. On our inhale, hips roll to the front, tailbone lifts. On our exhale, the tailbone scoops underneath as the hips roll back. Let's take 2 more cat and cow. Flattening out, finding a neutral back. We're going to take an inhale, send the right leg back. Inhale, lift that leg up, lift the chest up. Exhale, bow down, drop the elbows down. Inhale, press up, lift the heart. Exhale, curl that leg under for a little counter stretch in the back. So inhale, lift that leg up. To start out, we're in neutral. The spine and the leg are lined up. Inhale, lift, little back bend. Exhale, bow. Inhale, up. Exhale, counter stretch for the back. One more on this side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Lift the leg up a little higher as you come down. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to the forehead. Let's release the right leg down. We'll switch over to the left. Extend that leg out, starting with a straight back, and then inhale, back bend. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift. And exhale, curl. Inhale, find the length. Lifting up into your back bend. Exhale, bow. Elbows straight back. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, curl. Inhale for length. Exhale, drop. Inhale the heart up. And exhale, scoop the abs in as you curl forward. Release that left knee down. Now let's make our way down to the mat. Take an exhale, slowly lower yourself. We'll start out with our regular cobra. Inhale. Taking a low cobra, draw the shoulder blades back. Working on a back bend for the upper back. On your exhale, release down. Now, widening the hands, we're going to come up onto the fingertips. Tent the fingers. And then we're going to roll through our cobra. So it's an inhale, roll up through the spine. Exhale to roll down. Inhale, exhale. Some people find that this is better than holding their cobra. If they just roll in and out, it's more comfortable for the lower back. So if you like this version better, feel free to trade out regular cobra, like our static hold, for this kind of rolling. Now let's exhale. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up through table. Exhale, walk back into child's pose. Get our counter stretch for the back. Working on curling the tailbone under here to get that rounding through the lower back. We're stretching the low back muscles. Now widen the hands about mat distance apart. We're going to take a nice low scoop to slide to the front of the mat for Cobra. So drag the chest in between the thumbs, stick the tailbone up to the ceiling, settle down onto the chest, inhale, roll up into Cobra, exhale, release. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. One more time like that. Inhale, push up through table. Find that neutral position in the spine. As you go back, curl the tailbone under. Scoop the abs, lengthen the lower back. Nice deep breaths here. Widen those hands to mat distance apart. Keep the chest nice and low. Make sure that the elbows bend back toward the body instead of sticking out to the sides as we slide to the front. And rolling up on your inhale. Exhale, release. One more Cobra. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, release. Now let's push up through table, making sure that your table is squared off. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to come into balancing table. Right hand to the front, left leg back. Finding your length here, pulling in through the core. Now adding our back bend here. Reach the right hand back, hold on to the left foot. You want to try and grab the outside edge of that foot, the pinky toe. Now the way that we deepen our back bend is to push the foot back and feel how that draws our right shoulder blade back. Focus on the breath. This is a challenging place to keep our balance. Gently release that foot, lengthen out into balancing table. Exhale, release that side down. Let's switch. Left hand front, right leg back. Once you've found your balance, bend that right knee, reach the left hand back. Hold on to the pinky toe side of the foot so your thumb faces up toward the ceiling. When you're ready, push the foot back into the hand to pull the left shoulder blade back. We'll inhale, lengthen back out into balancing table. Exhale, release that side down. Now let's drop back into puppy pose. We're going to go halfway in between our down dog and our child's pose. The tailbone rolls up to the ceiling. Drop the forehead down toward the mat. Reach the arms out in front. While you're holding here, think about sinking the heart down toward the floor. We're working on getting an opening in the upper back. One more full breath here. Walk yourself back up into a table. Exhale, roll all the way back into child's pose.